Good morning, brothers and sisters. We carry on with our heavenly tribe Hoondok. We reach page 237, chapter 5. Humankind needs true parents. Section 7. From wild olive tree to true olive tree. The need for a change of lineage. True parents' words. Our bondage to the lineage of Satan has caused so much suffering throughout history. Humanity must step forward boldly to sever the tie and be grafted onto the root of true parents' lineage. Why should we foolishly continue to live and die as wild olive trees? A wild olive tree, even if it lives 1,000 years, will only continue producing the seeds of more wild olive trees. Where can we find a path to escape this vicious cycle? It is through the holy blessing. The blessing ceremony offers the grace of being engrafted onto the true olive tree, the true parents who bring God's true lineage to humankind. It is necessary because you cannot change your seed without changing your lineage. The true parents are the lords who correct the lineage. They know the secret of how to do that. When the first parents fell, they become the false parents. But the true parents know how to deal with this problem and revive them by giving them an injection of life. That is, by establishing the standard of true love, true life, and true lineage, and then connecting the standard to them, replacing the false love, life, and lineage. Thus, they return from false back into true. In reversing the situation, however, true parents cannot give rebirth to all family at once. They will engraft themselves to those family branches by branches. In order to engraft the wild olive tree family, there needs to be a model true olive tree family. When a shoot from the model olive tree family is engrafted and 3 years have passed, each wild olive tree family can bear the fruit of a true family. I am saying that I will engraft the shoot of the true parents to the mother and father from false wild olive tree families and transform them into families of true parents, sons and daughters. True parents are the Adam and Eve who did not fall. God is the first generation. True parents are the second generation, and blessed family are engrafted into the realm of third generation. Now that you, wild olive tree, have received graft from the true olive tree, you need to make much effort to become true olive trees. Your most urgent priority and responsibility are to purify yourself internally and externally in order to cultivate true love, true life, and true lineage. You must feel that the true parents are your own parents, that you are their direct lineage. By fulfilling your duties, you must become completely one with your parents, attending them as their filial sons and daughters. Then you must serve the nation and also heaven and earth as patriots, saints, and divine sons and daughters. Sharing thoughts. There is a Korean proverb that says, where you plant soybeans, beans sprout out, and where you plant red beans sprout up. Actually, this saying is too obvious. You will not see red beans sprouting where you planted soybeans. nor would you see soybeans sprouting where you planted red beans. Nevertheless, if you were to accept the meaning of this proverb, it, it will also mean that fallen humanity can only continue to give birth to fallen human beings, and that we would have to continue living our lives separately, that vicious living our lives repeating that vicious cycle. However, could there be any parents who will just let their children continue to inherit the lineage of Satan? Heavenly Parent has sent to the earth the true parents who are able to remedy this defiled bloodline. Then how can this defiled bloodline be remedied? We can learn the answer to this question by studying the natural process applied by a farmer who grown fruit tree. When a farmer grafts a wild olive tree to a true olive tree, he begins by cutting off all branches of the wild olive tree except a few central branches. Then he cut off Cheon. I don't know if I pronounce well. Cheon, a small piece for grafting from a true olive tree prepared in advance, and after removing the bark from the remaining branches of the wild olive tree, he grafted Cheon to the exposed surface and bind them together. While after this process is completed, the Cheon of the true olive tree settle onto the branch of the wild olive tree. After the branch has grown from a certain period of time, it sprouts the buds of a true olive tree, and later it also bears the flowers and fruits of the true olive tree. In this illustration, fallen humanity is the wild olive tree, and the true olive tree is true parents who have come to save humanity. Therefore, fallen humanity must receive graft from true parents who have come as the true olive tree. The process and the pain involved in being covered from a wild olive tree to a true olive tree are not easy at all. To do so, we need to completely sever ourselves from the habits and wrongful elements of a wild olive tree which are still flowing inside our old selves. The people who have led ugly lives may have to experience pain that is almost as severe as losing their lives. However, we do not sever ourselves from our past way of life of self-centered egoism. We cannot be reborn. We need to make the effort to correct the mistakes we committed unknowingly in our past relationship with the opposite sex and sever ourselves from the attributes of Satan. We need to focus all the nutrients in our body so that only the stone of the true olive tree can grow on us. Even when the new stone have settled on the branch and asserted its identity, when spring comes again the next year, buds of the wild olive tree also will continue to sprout out. It because the trunk of the olive tree has not yet become completely converted into a true olive tree. At this point in time, the farmer needs to lead a helping hand. We also need a helping hand in the form of true parents' words. We need to cut away those new wild olive tree branches mercilessly. What that means is that even after receiving the blessing, we still may have passion, anger, and self-centered thoughts because we were accustomed to have them in the past. If we cannot completely eliminate them by diligently studying true parents' words, those self-centered assertions will continue in us. Therefore, we need to engraft the Cheon of true olive tree to us through the blessing ceremony. And even after receiving the blessing, we need to be able to control our self-centered thought through true parents' words. In other words, we need to continue leading a life of rebirth so that the tradition and culture of heaven can be firmly established. In this analogy of the olive tree, two parents paid attention to the value of true olive tree. They considered the true olive tree to be the source of the true lineage of heavenly parent, and they allegorized fallen humanity who inherited the lineage of Satan to be in the position of the wild olive tree. A wild olive tree by itself will always remain a wild olive tree. It cannot change its essence of its own accord. In short, a wild olive tree will only be able to produce the seed of a wild olive tree even if it lives for 1,000 years. And this vicious cycle is repeated again and again. That is the situation human beings are in at the present as the descendants of the fall. To put it another way, fallen human beings cannot escape their origin as wild olive tree, no matter how much effort they make on their own. Hence, fallen human beings who are like the wild olive tree need the true olive tree to pass the lineage of heaven on to them. The people who come as the substantial true olive tree are true parents. True parents are manifest on this earth without original sin, and they must be engrafted on to human beings through the blessing ceremony to eradicate the sinful lineage, so that fallen humans can be reborn as the true sons and daughters of Heavenly Parent. Herein lies the fundamental reason why we need to perceive the marriage blessing from true parents. Through the grafting ceremony, there is the marriage blessing. We olive tree can be born anew as true olive tree. During the conversion from the wild olive tree to the true olive tree, we need to climb the hill on which those who seek to die will live, and those who seek to live will die. Only when we have the determination to risk even that, we can make your way to the place of a new life. When we have filled the place, we have those emptied. We have those emptied in ourselves with nothing but the words and love of true parents. We can receive the graft of true love, true life, and true lineage from true parents. After being grafted into them, we will experience true joy, the likes of which we have never experienced before. The greatest happiness that human beings can rejoice is finally realized when they are reborn as true sons and daughters of Heavenly Parent and are able to enjoy His love 100%. At present, are you wild olive tree or true olive trees? If it has been only a short while since you were engrafted, you will need to make a lot of efforts and offer much unsung to make the loving life force of true olive tree envelop your entire life. May you manage your every day of your life well, so that the true olive tree in your heart can flourish. Points for contemplation. What must fallen human beings, who are the wild olive tree, do to eradicate their past lives and lead new lives? Let us deeply contemplate the value of true parents whom comes as the substantial true olive trees. Wow, incredible Hoondokhae, so clear. We must inherit the true olive tree from through our alignment and connection with our beloved parent and with Heavenly Parent, to the holy marriage blessing. But as true parents will say, this is only the beginning. The process of restoration, even after the process of engrafting, still need to be carry on. It's a tremendous work that never finish until God say, yes, you are approved. You have the stamp of beloved, my beloved son or my beloved daughter. You belong to me, and Satan have no accusation upon ourselves anymore. I'm so grateful for receiving all teaching from our beloved parents and unification member who received the holy blessing of two parents. They know very clearly because they go to a tremendous course in preparation for the blessing and after the blessing, and still see that there are still struggle. But the good point is that we never give up. We are continuously stand up again and again on working ourselves to liberate our heavenly mom and dad heart and true parents and come into the proper position to the holy grace given to us through our beloved true parents. I'm so grateful, brother and sister. I let you have your own contemplation over true parents' words and how we can truly become substantial through olive trees. And I wish you a beautiful, gorgeous day. Bye.